Here's to the good life we're building together. I think we're finally getting the hang of this. Yes! It only took us 15 years, but yes, we're finally getting the hang of this. Well, it's Valentine's Day, and guess who brought me something for the V-Day? Ooh, I love it. Do the whole bouquet,
the
babe.
whole thing, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And then we read the card. Well, can I read the card?
I mean, sure.
Yeah. 15 years, and yes, I'm still riding.
Me too, baby. A little present is just part of it.
Oh, it's not the actual present. It's just part of the present.
Something you like to.
Something I like
to put into your mouth.
Yes, my man knows me. Oh, and they fancy too. Look at that. Ow. Hello, Bellas and Boos. It's me, your girl Shannon B for Brown Girl Bella, back bringing you more lips, lashes, and luxury. I hope everyone enjoyed their Valentine's Day. I know I had a wonderful time with my scalp, which leads me to the topic of today's discussion. I thought I would give you guys a little sneak peek into how we became Scout and Angel, otherwise known as Shannon and Dwight, and give you a little backstory of how we met and how we managed to stay together for 15 plus years, longer than some of our friends' marriages, but we're not going to talk about that. Here's our love story. Okay, so it started out not being a real love story at all. I was going out for one of my sorority sisters' birthdays. We hadn't met up in a long time, and I was like, do I want to go out and celebrate? Do I want to go out and party? Not really, and I was kind of dragging myself along. So I got there a little late. Yikes. In any case, everyone was sitting at the booths. They were popping bottles of champagne in celebration of her birthday. And I came in and looked around kind of, at the booth and didn't really see a spot where I could probably sit down. Dwight comes over and he pats the seat next to him and he's like, come sit here. And so I was like, okay, didn't know him from anywhere, and sat down and wanted to order, but they had like food on the table already. So I was like, okay, let me, just eat. Do you mind if I, pick at your wings and whatever that's here until the waitress comes over to take my order? And he's like, sure, have what you want. It's all here, for you guys. Just eat, do what you want. So I'm eating and, he's pouring me a glass of champagne. I'm talking to my sorority sister. We're kikiing it. We're going up to the bar. We're getting more drinks. They're popping more bottles. We're just having a good time. One of the times we went over to the bar, she tells me, I gotta tell you something. You got like 2 or 3 of these guys like wanting to know who you are and trying to get your number, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, okay. Dwight had already asked me for my number. So I gave him like my cell number and my home number. I might have given him my work number too, just writing it all down. And so I was like, well, I know at least Dwight, he was the other guy. And so we were just talking and kikiing or whatever. And I don't even think I found out who the third guy was. But anyway, the night was over. I thanked everybody. We had a good time. We danced, we laughed, we drank, we ate, we had a good time. Fast forward, like maybe a week later, he calls me, Dwight. But I was traveling at the time, so I didn't get the message on my answer machine at home until, of course, I got home. So I listened to the message. I was like, oh, okay, I'll call him back. Then I had to go to work, and then I was going out traveling again. So he left me another message, and the second message was like, hey, this is Dwight again, trying to reach you, blah, 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 blah. He left me a third message. The third message was like, basically, all right, shorty, I've left you 3 messages, I'm not going to chase you, whatever. It's obvious you don't, want to talk to me, blah, 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 blah. Something to that effect. And I listened to that message a couple of times. And I was like, this dude has got to be the most arrogant son of a I've ever met in my entire life. But ironically, that kind of intrigued me. So I was like, okay, let me call him. So I was home and I called him, and we talked for a little bit. I don't know what we talked about, but a couple of days later he calls me again, and I think it was his brother's birthday or something, and he was like, can I come over for a hug? I'm looking at the phone, I'm like, come over for a hug. So I was like, yeah, sure, you can come over for a hug. And in his mind, he was like, oh, yeah, I got this girl. And in my mind, I'm looking at the phone like, this dude. But anyway, we had a good rapport. We had a good, conversation. He made me laugh. Very, kind of cocky and bold. And I kind of like guys who kind of give me that attitude like, I got this, whatever, because I like basically shooting that down. But in his case, it kind of worked. We had a good, easy rapport, and it just blossomed into a relationship from there. So I would say 15 years later, the thing that keeps me with my boyfriend is the fact that he is so charming. He makes me laugh. He makes me giggle. I cannot stay mad at him for long. Here's Brooklyn. For those of you who don't know, I have a Maltese. And here she is. I'm going to hold her up for the camera. So sometimes you think it's my bracelets making the noise. It's actually her and her collar making the noise. Say hello to everybody, Brooklyn. She's shy. In any case, that's how Dwight and I built our relationship, built our friendship, and built a lasting love. And we are going on our 16th Valentine's Day together. We met January 29th, 2005. So that's the official date that we celebrate us being together. Although Valentine's Day, I think, was the first time that we really went out. He even bought me a Valentine's Day gift, which I believe was a comforter and a bottle of perfume, which, if you know anything about my boyfriend, he doesn't usually buy me gifts because he doesn't like shopping. So he will say, pick out what you want and put it on this card. This is your gift. So that's what he'll usually do for me. Or he will take me to a mall or to Sephora and just say, all right, buy what you want. So that's usually how we celebrate if we're doing gifts. So that's the story. And as I said, we really celebrate Valentine's Day because that's the first time that we really kind of went out on a date, because as I said, we were going kind of back and forth for a while. But Valentine's Day was kind of when we said, okay, let's see about this. Even though he does drive me crazy. I mean, come on, ladies. 15 years, one guy. Yes, we do have those moments where I'm like, ah! Even Brooklyn was like, oh! Those are the moments where I'm so glad that we have an extra room where I used to film and talk to my Bellas and my Boos out there, because Lord have mercy, he drives me crazy. So he'll go into the main bedroom, I'll go into the bonus bedroom, and we just chill for a while. And then when I'm ready to come in and talk to him, or he's, feeling me, wants to come over and say hi, he'll come on over to the bonus room, or we'll meet in the hallway and be like, all right. So again, I just wanted to jump on here really quick and share the story for my Bellas and my Boos out there who are new. I've got a lot of new Boos out there, and even some of my seasoned Bellas who may not know the story of how Scout got to be my boyfriend for so long. And how he got the name Scout is another day for another conversation, but suffice it to say, it's well earned. But until next time, my Boos, I will leave you as always with a video to catch you up on all things Brown Girl Bella. And until I see you back here next time, say it with me, Brooklyn. You've been Bellified.